Get up in here. Get up in here. Okay. Come on, y'all. Let's tap the in and let's get pretty in tune. All right. And same thing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification, and follow me, depending on what platform you're on. Okay. Show your girl some motherfucking lovey dovey. Okay. Let's get into gag is that Cassie don't settle, and she settled one day after. Hey, that's power. That's power. Hey, that's for real power. All I know, it was a whole lot of truth going around that thing. And whatever it was, Dilly did not want it to open up Pandora's box, baby. Diddy did not want that tea to come out, okay? Is it a perfect time for a dominoes effect collective? Y'all can go ahead and check this out. That's the gag, y'all. She settled. I thought we was gonna rumble.
Cassi representatives on both camps, and Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura, are saying tonight that the two have settled a lawsuit she filed against the mogul yesterday in Manhattan federal court. Ventura accused him of rape and years of physical and emotional abuse. There are no further details yet tonight about the terms of the settlement.
Them was y'all, them was like no little claims. Those were big claims. Okay? Those were big claims. There wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? That was big steppers, okay? And whatever it is, it had to be true for you to settle that in one day to shut your mouth, put up on a hush hush in one day. Oh, there's a lot of truth to that. It was a lot of, and whatever it was, Diddy didn't want a lot of stuff to get out. I'm telling you, because it was going to be a lot of Me Too's. But when doing this settlement, it now opened up Pandora's box for everyone else to follow through with lawsuits. Now, they might don't have to secretly and verbally put it out there, but I do believe that it's fit to push the agenda for many people who were involved in Diddy's shenanigans to start putting these lawsuits. Okay? And I feel like that is how his whole empire is going to crumble. Okay? Because it's fit to become so big with lawsuits, and people fit to be coming out. Where do they? Some people, even if they felt like they did not want the money, they want the money now because the gate opened up for it. A lot of people was not talking due to fear of Margolin. I mean, fear is a powerful thing, especially when a person got power. You know what I'm saying? Especially got a person got power to quiet you and to shut you up. And you have seen what he did. Like, did nobody want to come forward? Especially, I mean, they seen what he did to his own wife, to his own BM. You know that was notorious. That was notorious. But y'all know, ever since Diddy had did that with Kim, the nigga ain't been right since. I'm just being honest. He always looked like he's drunker than a son bitch or zooted off something. I ain't finna even lie. He always seen smack. And it been like that since that shit had happened to her. I feel like a lot of stuff is fit to come out. And my question is Danity Kane up next? She said that she had experienced a lot of sexual assaults from Diddy, and she been vocalized this for years. She is one person who has been vocalizing it, been saying her truth for years. So is this the gateway to opening up Pandora's box? I told you y'all Diddy was giving doing NDAs, masters, but they had to fill out an NDA. You have to ask yourself, why are you giving people their masters now? Okay. They've been trying to get their masters since forever. And not only once they get their masters, but in order to get their masters, it's not like you just giving them their masters. They have to do a full NDA in order to get it. You got to ask yourself, what the fuck is going on here? What is going on here? We know that Diddy are a woman beater. Every woman who he dealt with up on the sexual level has been a woman beater. And even with that Young Miami, baby, I promise you, it's a lot of shit that you do not know about. Baby, they was talking about how Diddy with her, how Diddy was stalking her when she called herself trying to leave him when she had that little break from him. Baby, they was talking about how Diddy was had full control, still going to follow her everywhere the fuck she go, pissing up on her and shit. You know he marked his territory. That's when you know you fucked up in the head. Baby, you think he ain't doing that shit to young MIA, young Miami? Come and get me, Miami. Shit me. Shit me. But y'all, let's go ahead. Let's go see what your girl are, because I got a few clips that one I seen, but the last one I didn't see. But I'm gonna watch these clips with you all. So let's see what she has to say.
Can you give us a little more?
I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
And were other girls doing?
I was the only one that was in those types of positions.
Wow. When you look back on that, how does that make you feel?
You know, I have such a love-hate with it all, because I don't think I would have been able to be so successful in so many other areas had I not been trained under Diddy. He was the hardest person that you can work for, and it was torture. And not the work part of it, but the other stuff. Mind games, like just all the girls were so divided, and the men and the people running it had their hands in it, moving everything. There was a lot of betrayal. There was a lot of lies. There was a lot of, you know, when you're young and impressionable, and we understand our beauty as women through the eyes of the people observing us. Well, who's observing us? Men. So we learn our beauty through a man's eye, which is very subjective. So it's difficult when you're that young to understand your worth as a woman through the men that I was around. And that was very traumatic. I don't think any of us have healed from that. Diddy would be like, you're not hot anymore. Like, what happened? You don't have anything. Like, you don't have any curves. You're looking like you're not looking like, I can't get people to think that you're my good looking person. And there was no Me Too at that time. There was no protecting anyone at that time. You signed a million NDAs and a million contracts that took away all your rights. So you really were operating in an environment that you had no control in.
When was the last time you spoke?
So she's telling you that a lot of times that people come forward no way because they had to sign NDAs. Okay? They had to sign NDAs then. Okay? But she said that she was the only one who had experienced that sexual assault. And she said that she only one who wouldn't go. You know what I'm saying? She didn't go. And it almost made you, because Danity Kane, they was in it. I mean, I remember, baby, when they was out, showstopper, showstopper, show. We in the club, baby. That was the club music, baby. Baby, we was literally, and I remember when he really did fire their asses. Why they was hot? We was like, what the fuck is going on? They too lit for this. But baby, it was a lot of stuff.
As far as for you, Dawn, I still want to make music with you. I still want you to be signed to the label. And, you know, if I decide to put that together, Danity Kane, then... And so I've given a lot of thought, and I'm going to let you out.
He only capped her. He only capped Don, but he got rid of the rest of them. So my question is, because he's now up on the record. He's now up on a record for a raping. So it does now speak about value and character. So is this a domino effect where now did Cassie open up Pandora box that now these other women can now utilize the information? Because if you settle, that means that you admit to something. You didn't take it to trial. You didn't take it to court. You didn't fight against it. So is this now open up Pandora box? All the other girls or other people who felt victimized can now still come through and file these lawsuits against Diddy. And now can file criminal lawsuits the same way Cassie did. It's not stopping them. Okay? It's not stopping these people for putting these lawsuits in and get their justice. So what, he's just going to keep settling? Then people don't care because this is their restitution. They don't care because Diddy had robbed a lot of people out of money. So I wouldn't be surprised if many people come out and come through. Okay, and even Arby spoke about this upon this interview. Now, this is my first time watching this interview with y'all, so we all fit to watch this together. Let's see what she's talking about up on here.
Golden question.
Oh, nothing. You keep mentioning Diddy. I wanted to ask you about I just saw the whole thing with Bad Boy. He gave the rights back to a lot of Bad Boy artists. Any comment?
Yeah, I'll talk about this.
The floor is yours.
So this one has been bittersweet for me because as I've gotten older, I've let go of a lot of the trauma and I've learned to really appreciate some of the more personal, beautiful moments I've had with him. And he is the first person that gave me a platform to show my talent to the world. You know, and that was at 17. I'm 39 now. So I have a hard time. Talking about him. Before it was no good. Now I feel loving moments for moments that we had together. But this banner that he's painted himself with all weekend long, this has been the Labor Day talk in my world that he's paying all of the bad artists. I just want
Sure.
the deal that we were offered.
Glitching.
And when I say we, not every artist got it. Like Day 26 did not get it. But this is what it is. Rights back to your after Puff went under and somebody else bought our catalog. So this is long after we have 2 double platinum albums, $15 an album from 2 million albums is, what is the math on that? 48 million?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm a mathematician, but maybe.
So $48 million he made on me.
Yeah.
I did not make anything. When I said I did Christina Aguilera for free, I didn't do Christina Aguilera for free, but the record label recouped it all. We were in debt at the end of that tour.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So I worked for free for the first 6-7 years of my career, basically, and also MTV was not paying us. And this is another part that I have that I feel some kind of way about, because MTV since then, in these recent years, has brought back every big cult show, meaning it had millions of followers, and it was at least 6 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Making the Band is one of those. They brought back Real World, they brought back Jersey Shore, they brought back Laguna Beach. Making the Band is the only one that they did not bring back. And Making the Band is the only cult MTV show that made that network, one of them, that they have never played in one rerun. Not one rerun. So I'd like to know why. And if it has something to do with Diddy, then again, what I'm wondering is when this benevolent man who's just now had a change of heart and has decided to pay us as talent and also as writers, we're credited with publishing. So basically, we only get the amounts due since Sony bought our catalog.
Okay.
So streaming for the past couple years, it's about $800, $900, some in the hundreds, okay? And in order to get that, I have to release him for any claims or wrongdoings or actions prior to the date of the release. I have to sign an NDA that I will never disparage Puff, Bad Boy, Janice Combs, or Justin Combs' music, or EMI, or Sony ever in public.
So that you just got recently for this thing?
I got it a few months ago when he started doing
what's
this.
in the news now?
So what's happening is artists, some of them, not all of them, are being given streaming royalties and ownership back over our publishing on songs that we wrote at a time when you know that you have to stream a song 1 million times to make a cent.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hundreds of dollars. And me, as somebody that's a girl's girl, I hit everyone in my group and said, absolutely do not take this deal. I can get us a show on Hulu right now and I'm talking about boy bands and girl bands, because you have to realize there's a handful, 2 handfuls at most of boy and girl bands that had platinum albums, 2 platinum albums. Yeah. And that will never happen again. Music nowadays is run by TikTok and you can maybe get a song to chart well. Albums aren't being made anymore. They aren't conceptual albums like Christina was doing. Those don't sell. It's a singles market game and it's a gimmick game at best.
If you were to sign that NDA, would then that prohibit you from taking a deal where it's like you get a show about the
I would
past?
Never be able to do, I would like to do a documentary for Hulu or Netflix or Amazon, a streaming site on boy band and girl bands. I have a bunch of members from a lot of very boy bands that fit the criteria of a certain amount of status.
Yeah.
Platinum albums, awards, etc., Grammys. Same with girls. The stories that we have to tell during a time in music where there were gatekeepers, there were people that owned labels like Puff running things, and the way that the divisions and the divisiveness occurred, and the things that we experienced between each other and us against the system are fucking insane. Most that have had to, the real ways the Kardashians got to where they got, Ray J tried exposing a lot of that. They're still acting like that Ray J didn't expose them and that their Hulu show is all real. They don't have to really even notice Ray J because he doesn't come close to them. But what Ray J said was the truth, and he proved it with facts. So at the end of the day, we're all just willing to turn a blind eye. Diddy is just literally known as the guy that doesn't pay his artists. And it's funny, and then you move on and you like something that he did on TikTok because he's funny. But for people that worked for 6 years of their life and entered an industry where somebody made $8 million, and we didn't even see a penny of that, and we were in thongs and 5-inch heels for years of our lives on stage. And not any of it did we see. And the measly amount of change that MTV paid us, we don't even get to feel any benefit of that because they never brought the show back and they don't play it in rerun. We can't even get the hype of, oh, hey, I remember this. They're cult classics. Let me hire her for something.
Yeah.
Like all of them got, right? Jersey Shore kids are making millions of dollars. We were talented kids plucked out of oblivion, and we all had a fucking dream to be at Madison Square Garden and perform, which we got to. And we were not expected to get there. And we're all incredibly talented, every single one of us. So to me, when I read this, I'm basically feeling like you're presenting yourself as the benevolent God that's giving everybody back their music. You've turned down millions of dollars to give millions of people. This is the honest to God. You can read from our attorney.
Yeah.
This is the honest to God agreement of what I'm being offered. A few $100s to sign away my rights to ever tell the story of what I went through again. And there's not an era, girl and guy groups like that ever again with the way that music has transitioned. And I don't know if it will go back ever again to anything that's credible.
Yeah, I don't really see it.
And there's a story there, and Hulu tells those stories, and streaming, Netflix tells those stories, and there's so many paychecks. I offered girls, I called all of them. I offered some of the girls, hey, if you need $800-900, I'll give it to you. Don't sign this. This is just a way to get you to never be able to publicly speak about what we have experienced. And to my knowledge, allegedly,
Smart girl.
from
And were there 5 originally?
yeah. And it seems like a lot of other people are too, but you don't see them talking about how great, and maybe the deals are not the same that were being offered. I don't know, but in this email, it does say the money are getting coming through Puffy or Combs Music.
Okay.
Sony would be the ones that were paying us, EMI and Sony.
And then you'd be getting the money back from Danity Kane music.
I would get any money that the songs that I wrote on that were streamed, $100. This is not the money that we made when we released the albums. This is not the $48 million that 2 platinum albums got somebody. This is just some measly streaming money in order to stay hushed on Puff. Why he wants all of a sudden right now, this time, day, and moment to offer deals to people that some of his artists have been rumored to be driving Uber to be able to feed their families. So a deal like this looks pretty good because you need the money or scared to ever go against Puff. I'm somewhere in the middle of I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't need the money. I'm clearly making it, as we've discussed. And I just wish that Puff would do what he's saying he's doing. I wish he would pay us what we deserve for all the work that we, and I wish he would make right his wrongs, and I wish these headlines could be real, not only for me and not because I need that money, but because I want there to be closure with a man that gave me my first opportunity in this game. And because you gave that to me did not mean
So y'all heard her, right? She pretty much said that Diddy had came to them, offered them their masters, but they had to sign a NDA. They couldn't talk about what happened to them, what nothing. But Aubrey was always against against it because she like, well, they master is not really worth anything. Like they're gonna get a couple of $100 off their residuals. And she pretty much broke down making a band about how, you know, like they didn't do like replays of like making a band or like replay their season of making a band. So basically they wasn't gonna make any money or get any residuals. So when Diddy came to her pretty much offering them, you know, you're gonna get your masters, but you can't talk about me, you can't speak up on what happened, none of that. And she like, no, that sound kind of fishy, and that's not really no money. That's why she was like, she had called the girls like, don't sign it, like if y'all want $900, because that's how much you pretty much gonna get up there residuals, because they didn't replay our show. They didn't have replay episodes of our show. So you're not fit to make anything off of that, right? You're not fit to make any residuals money. So she was like, do not sign that, because we can still get our story told up on Hulu, you know, some type of streaming site where they would pay for our story. And you see how she pretty much broke down. She was like, for the first 7 years, she pretty much was working for free. And then she finally started getting a little bit of money that really wasn't nothing. These people is gonna do it. These people are going to sue Diddy. I'm trying to go tell you. This is the perfect opportunity. This is the perfect gateway. Cassie opened up Pandora box. And I feel like these people are fit to go get their justice. You know, and some people can't overstand that, especially like if you like a part of the industry and you could be scared like that shit could happen to you. But speaking from a smaller person who really ain't got that much power, that really was the victim in it, they deserve that justice and they fit to get it. And it's fit to be a lot of people following up behind them. A lot of those guys who didn't get paid with making a band. You heard her like they can barely even feed their family. They driving Ubers. It's like you had that high success, was like literally, you know, selling that much albums, selling out, going on tours, and ain't got nothing to show for it, not even residual income. They going do this gate that is now open. The gateway is open for them. And some people get mad because they don't believe in just divine timing. And I feel like it is divine timing. You can only be up for so long. I keep telling you all that. And some people feel like because they've been up for so long that they would never come down, or because they could have beat so many cases or got away with so many things that it would never catch up to them. But I'm telling you, it's going to be like the his BM is up there orchestrating. She's orchestrating for this to manifest, because if this portal open up, she then gets her justice where she can then rest in peace, because the dead can't rest in peace until they get their justice. They can't live in peace until they get their justice, until the truth get exposed. And she up there doing her big one up there. Know that. She come going from the spiritual realm, making manifest this shit happen. So you know, this is not the end of this. This Cassie settlement is not the end of Diddy. It's the beginning. It has opened up Pandora box that everyone else can follow behind, especially if they got the same charges as Cassidy, or won't. Let's say we don't all know. Well, pretty much. I wish I need to go read the court documents for myself. I need to see how I get them court documents. But pretty much any claim that she has filed and by him selling it, that means he really pretty much agreed with everything. So now they're going to show your integrity. They're going to show that you done this before. You was guilty of this before. If you did it to her, you did it to them. And I promise you, this is not the first. Like the first is what you fit to hear about thing. And honestly, that's really how a lot of these celebrities started. It was a lot of people coming out suing them first. Such and such is suing them for the rape that had happened to them. Such and such is suing them for this that had happened to them. Such and such is suing them for this is that. All these people, and once they got all these people that come against you, now it become criminal because it's too many people coming out with the same allegations. It's too many coming out with the same allegations. They gonna automatically make it charges. Like you can settle once, but if it start being other people coming right behind them saying the same thing, I was a victim of Diddy, this and this and this happened. And then you have women who actually spoke out about Diddy being abusive. Diddy put hands up on him. Diddy putting paws upon him. We see these stories up online. So all you need is these people to come out, boom, boom, boom. I experienced this with Diddy. I experienced this. Now they put charges. It didn't matter. They got to take it to court. No matter if you want to settle or not. It's too many charges upon you. It's too many. And I feel like this is opening up Pandora box in order for that to happen. Unless he's going to have to start paying these people under the table before they even go through a civil lawsuit. He's going to have to start paying these people behind the scene and giving these people what they owe. And this state justice to get all the money that he could have stole from them, took from them, off Biggie estate, off Danity Kane estate, out of making a band estate. These people are fit to get that money. They fit to get that justice. And that's law. That's big law. All praise to Allah. Y'all know the motherfucking vibes. Until next time, good people, go ahead, like, subscribe, and hit that notification so you can get more of this content. You guys know the vibe. Stay pretty in tune around this motherfucker. I love you guys. Peace and love. Until next time. Love you. Mwah.